What do Richard Hammond and James May's solo projects mean for the Grand Tour? Metro News, 135 6M shares. Richard Hammond and James May have both announced their new projects, branching away from the Grand Tour, with the news of Jeremy Clarkson's solo stint expected to be revealed imminently. Work began in earnest a while ago for the next run of the Grand Tour, but there are changes aplenty when it comes to the trio's future on the small screen. The studio element, which has been part of the Grand Tour and Top Gear for 17 years, is no more, and there are other changes on the horizon. And with our favorite group of gearheads making moves for solo careers, will things ever be the same? It's important to note that the future of Grand Tour still seems to be bright, with and no end in sight. However, over the years, all three of the boys have largely stayed in their lane when it comes to side projects, with related shows that gave them a chance to explore other options without taking too much away from the day job. With projects for chatting about the upcoming new show, he said Japan is the most amazing place I've ever visited. Everything about it is yesterday, which will follow the pint-sized presenter exploring the biggest structures and machines across the world. In the past this hasn't been an issue, because the troupe have managed to make related shows that didn't step on the toes of what brought them to the dance, but the end of the studio element means that could all be changing. There's no reason to assume we've hit the end of the road for the boys working together, but the signs are there for them at least taking the opportunity to turn a corner and try something new. With the Grand Tour changes meaning the series will be focused on essentially a range of specials in locations around the world, it's safe to assume it will open their schedule up if they don't have to spend extra time in the studio filming all the bits that go with it. That could mean their attention wanders as they explore fresh ideas, but it also threatens to make the Grand Tour, dare we say it, a little redundant. Hear us out, okay? All signs point, Jeremy Clarkson spoils Endgame with Thanos comparison and David Attenborough is in there. Jeremy Clarkson chills in London, following emotional farewell to the Grand Tour. Jeremy Clarkson slams climate change protesters, police can't deal with knife crime. So obviously there's the added focus on the cars, but a sizable amount of viewers certainly tune in for the interplay between the hosts. We could be facing it. James himself has even revealed in the past that the three of them don't actually hang out or talk all that much outside of their professional lives. I don't miss them. We get so, without any firm friendship holding them together, it could finally be time for Jeremy, James, and Richard to go solo and see what else is out there. They've already left. The Grand Tour is available to stream on Amazon Prime now, while Our Man in Japan is expected to air on the same service at a later date. Richard Hammonds, if you've got a story, video, or pictures, get in touch with the metro.co.uk entertainment team by emailing us, calling 020-3615-2145 or by visiting We'd Love to Hear From You. Lentidity code excerpt. Share your results.
Raindrop, truck top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.